The end of science is theology. Having been reborn, I know this better than anyone. In the next 100 years, humanity experienced an asteroid impact on Earth, the awakening of robots and a racial war against humans, and even gods who, after the destruction of Earth, unleashed divine punishment and natural disasters. And the beginning of these catastrophes was simply because, under the pressure of the impending doom of the world, humanity broke the shackles of the genetic lock and touched the forbidden realm of the gods. I stood up from my computer chair, rubbing this most primitive version of myself, one that hadn't been injected with any genetic serum, feeling some soreness in my legs and lower back. Then I pulled 2 packs of instant noodles from the clutter, and taking advantage of the free time, I opened the computer again, looking at the dense lines of code on the screen. I breathed a small sigh of relief. It's finally finished. I am a reincarnator, someone reborn from the future. It is currently the year 2123, and the time I was reborn from was 2250, a full 127 years. As a reincarnator, I know all the major events of the future. The planetary impact 7 years from now, the solar destruction crisis over 20 years later, the escape route 30 years from now, and the survival war against mechanical life forms. Even the Human Immortality Project 50 years later, the invasion of magic civilizations over 70 years from now, and even the divine punishment war when Earth is destroyed 127 years later. The war between man and God. The reason was, humanity touched longevity, a realm only gods can reach. But despite knowing all the major events, I happen to not know the lottery numbers, and other such trivial matters. The advanced AI that returned with me is dormant, and I have no self-defense capabilities, so I can only work hard coding to earn my first pot of gold. This code is for a web game.
The game isn't big.
You could even say, this game isn't even a complete game at all. It only has a novice phase up to level 19. Level 19 is the level cap,
It's a fantasy game.
with traditional classes like warrior, mage, and priest. Of course, this is just the current stage. I'm preparing to release it within the game. Do you think it's playable just because it's released? Not exactly. Level 19 is the novice phase, and there are no skills. Warriors, knights, and assassins are okay. At least they have great swords, spears, and daggers. Mages and priests basically just poke monsters with sticks. Can a game like this become popular? At least that's what I believe, because the background of this game, Komi's from the magic civilization 70 years in the future. It truly exists. In short, the development of NPCs and major events in this game are real events recorded by the Civilization Crystal. What is the Civilization Crystal? The core of future Earth's technology and magic civilization, a product born from their combination. In the future, humanity ultimately defeated the magic civilization with technology. Even forcing them into a steady retreat, they directly plundered the core of the magic civilization. Using the divinity of the god of magic as material, humanity created the Civilization Crystal. This carries the final hope of human civilization, an information data storage device. Divinity doesn't need power. It can be charged as long as there is faith. Once charged, the information within can be accessed. It contains all the technology of human civilization. At the end of the Divine Punishment War, it happened that I, as an intern, was visiting the Tower of Human Civilization. In that instant, the world silently vanished, and human civilization perished in a flash. But the civilization crystal in the tower merged into my body and returned with me to this day, 127 years ago. Making a web game was a plan I made after careful consideration. First, use the web game to earn some basic living expenses, then transition to a PC client game, and then to virtual online games and virtual communities. The virtual world is humanity's second world. If I monopolize the virtual world, it's equivalent to monopolizing humanity's second life. Secondly, from a practical standpoint, I have no money at all to register a company, let alone buy a server. The only server I have was scavenged from a second-hand market. I patched it up and even rewrote the internal programs from scratch. Only then was it enough for me to temporarily run a web game. After all, right now, I'm just a poor student who just graduated. A few days ago, before I was reborn, I quit my job over some minor conflicts. The little money I have is simply not enough. Well, as for calling for help, forget it. My family wants me to go back to my hometown. But I'm young and headstrong. After graduation, I insisted on struggling in the big city. My old man has already spoken. If you don't come home, starve to death out there. But I've decided to make some quick cash first. I'll go home once I have some confidence. Anyway, my parents are long-lived. In my past life, they lived well into their 90s. They caught the benefits of the Immortality Project. Not only did they regain their youth, they even became my classmates in the same grade in class. Receiving re-education, thinking of my old man's obnoxious personality, I couldn't help but shudder. If my mom hadn't been so good with a kitchen knife, that school beauty might have become my stepmother. After checking everything carefully and confirming there were no problems, I began the final wrap-up work. 2 hours later, I breathed a sigh of relief. Next is the release. Suddenly, my hand paused, and I frowned slightly. I haven't registered a company, nor do I have development or operation qualifications.
If I charge fees illegally,
I might have to spend 2 years in prison. If it's free, at most it counts as sharing a game one made myself. Even if it causes some trouble, it won't be too big. And although it's free in name, I can get it back from you in other ways. After finishing the changes, I clicked on a crowdfunding website, applied for registration, filled in the information, and then started posting the crowdfunding info. Project theme, made a game. Crowdfunding funds to buy a server and register a company. Project description, as titled crowdfunding 300,000. Crowdfunding reward, without a server. What the hell are you guys going to play? Post, then quietly wait for the audit to pass. Dream Crowdfunding Network is located in the high-tech park in Shanghai. At this moment, several young auditors were drowsy. As a notification sounded, one of the young men reacted quickly, patted his face, then picked up his glasses and put them on, starting to review the project applications. "This is crazy," the young man cried out in surprise, startling his drowsy colleagues nearby. Even their boss and general manager nearly dropped his teacup. "Zhao Zhang, what are you yelling for?" The boss criticized with slight dissatisfaction. This boss. I don't know about this person's crowdfunding project, whether I should let it through or not. Zhao Zhang stammered, pointing at the computer screen. That project was exactly the one I applied for. Hearing this, the boss stood up and walked over. After looking at the crowdfunding application, he immediately flew into a rage. Ridiculous! Is he crazy for money? Wants to crowdfund for a server and a company with 0 rewards. If he can crowdfund it, even if it's just $100, I'll do a handstand and wash my hair. Then I'll just reject it right now. Little Zhang was startled. Wait, the boss suddenly raised his hand. Then he smiled and said, although it's ridiculous, he agreed anyway. This way our website gets another project, and outsiders can see what kind of attitude we have. And if something so ridiculous ends up going viral, the boss will look wise. Wonder if it's still possible to brown nose at this point. Inside the bachelor apartment, as expected, I saw the approval go through. Small sites really have no boundaries. Then I copied the website address and pasted it directly into the code. The internet-addicted teens worked hard to get to level 9, and now the path is cut off. Surprised? Caught off guard, huh? Want to keep playing? Want to experience the real thrill of gaming? Go ahead and support me with some in-game purchase crowdfunding. Click to confirm and publish. Start running. Once everything was set, I opened an attack tool I wrote myself and pulled up some random stream. Started searching for a target. Gotta do some advertising. But how to advertise is another matter. I went straight to the streaming platform leaderboard and picked the 2 most popular streamers. I'd already investigated them. One's a male gaming streamer named Long Aocean, who usually streams League of Legends or PUBG, and sometimes some easygoing mini-games. Because he has a hot temper, he's always trash-talking with others. So his streams are never boring. A lot of viewers are just there for the chaos. The other is a female streamer named Liu Ryan. Her streams cover a wide range. Outdoors, games, food, even singing, since she's good-looking. And her voice is cute and delicate. She has a lot of viewers as well. Target locked in. I brought out my pre-written program. my hands flying across the keyboard. Waited for the right opportunity after a moment. Finally, Long Aocean made it to the final round in PUBG this time. And right at the critical moment, his computer suddenly froze, and the game crashed. What's going on? Why crash now, not earlier or later? Why crash at this moment? Long Aocean started cursing loudly, then quickly tried to log back in. But I'd already messed with his client. He couldn't log in no matter what. This round totally broke Long Aocean's mental state. Alright, guys, that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Wishful thinking, I started typing on the keyboard again. Fixed it after a moment. Long Aocean kept frantically clicking the mouse, but he couldn't end the stream. Now he's really furious. Suddenly a bunch of web pages popped up. One of them was my night game loading screen. Long Aocean quickly tried to close all the web pages, but when he clicked on my night game, it had already finished loading. A crisp sound rang out, making Long Aocean jump. Then, the stunning visuals of night game appeared before him. First, an old man showed up on screen. The old man stared directly at the monitor, giving Long Aocean the sense of a video call. Suddenly, the old man spoke. Kid, your mom is so hungry she's eating tree bark. Are you just going to stand by and do nothing? As he spoke, the scene changed, and a loving gaze appeared. It was a middle-aged woman. Her clothes were tattered, skin and bones, and painfully stared at the monitor. Kid, mom's alright. Don't listen to the village chief. Go chase your dreams. Go after your dreams. Long Aocean was dumbfounded. The visuals felt way too realistic. He kept feeling like those two characters in the game were looking straight at him. Kid, I heard. The town's profession holder came to the village to teach. Just pass their test, and you'll get a weapon. With a weapon, you can start hunting.
This way.
You could become a great profession holder someday. Your mom wouldn't have to suffer with you anymore. The village chief continued in his raspy voice. At that moment, it wasn't just Long Aocean. Even his streaming chat exploded with all kinds of reactions. Damn, what kind of game is this? Do you get stuff at the start? Who's the developer? Next, Long Aocean saw. In the chat, tons of messages telling him to keep playing. Aocean, go get food for your mom. Send a gift and keep playing. This game's actually kind of interesting. Looking at the game interface, Long Aocean took a deep breath. Fine, I'll play. This game's quality better be good, or else you'll see. I'll roast you to death. Now, the game was still waiting. The game character and village chief's dialogue was waiting for the player. Choice 1, Grandpa Village Chief. 2, I'll go take the test now. Old geezer, get lost. Mind your own business. Looking at the choices, Long Aocean's mouth twitched. Are these even choices anyone would want? He picked one, then a new window popped up before him. Character creation screen. Choose male, enter Long Aocean. Long Aocean began his gaming adventure. Then he experienced what real escape is. Man, you're really hopeless. You took so long for just one little quest. Pick a weapon and get out of here. Seeing someone useless like you just pisses me off. Long Aocean's face turned bright red. Long Aocean, you're truly beyond help. You took forever to come back? And your mom's already starved to death. It was only a few minutes. How could she have starved to death so fast? Long Aocean was furious. When he got home, his gorgeous undead mom suddenly appeared. Aocean, someone once pursued me. He was an empire noble. A high-level mage. He wanted to marry me back then. But I couldn't leave you behind. So I turned him down. Promise me you won't let me down. Don't let people look down on mom. Okay? Why would anyone look down on you? Long Aocean was confused and upset. Mom just vanished. A mysterious figure appeared. Ha! Told you you're hopeless. Your mom just couldn't let go. Now I'm proven right. You think I liked her? I never respected either of you. Just a shame. With her gone, that legendary item will be lost forever. Crazy dude. Where did you come from? The mysterious figure vanished. Long Aocean was fuming. And just then, suddenly the game announced a special event. He found something under mom's bed. Found a scroll called Blessing of the Magic God. Congratulations, you've obtained Divine Blessing. Do you want to use the scroll? Of course I'm using it. Long Aocean clicks to learn without hesitation. Afterwards, he discovers all his starting stats of 11 each. instantly turned into 110 each. Holy crap, 10 times. At this moment, the class muster appears. Looks like I misjudged you. I didn't expect you to be a prodigy. Here is a basic cultivation manual. I'll give it to you. Come to town after you reach level 1. Oh. I'll personally introduce you to all the professionals. You can learn whatever you want. Long Aoshan is dumbfounded. After clicking open the basic manual, an option menu immediately appears. Please choose Basic Battle Key Training Method or Basic Magic Meditation. Finish selecting Battle Key. Then leveled up 3 times. The village chief also popped up, amazed, didn't expect Long Aoshan to be a genius. Long Aoshan bursts out laughing. After being suppressed for so long,
He's finally having a great time.
then the village chief says, there are some low-level magical beasts outside the village. They might drop magic chests. Devouring magic chests can increase your battle key. Meditating for training can also increase your battle key. Aoshan, go for it. I heard that after becoming someone important in the empire, you can ask the Divine Court Bishop to cast Resurrection. Then your mom will have hope. Long Aoshan looks confused. NPCs can be resurrected? What the heck, this game is wild. This game is incredible. Alright, Aoshan, share the link. I want to play too. Link. The chat explodes with link requests. Then Long Aoshan laughs loudly, not even mentioning ending the stream. He copies and pastes the link to share. Come on, guys. Let's save mom together. I stroke my chin, then open another live stream. It's the female streamer Liu Ryan. When it comes to games, tricks only work temporarily. Having a girl around is what lasts. I also pulled a trick on Liu Ryan. But Liu Ryan is still a girl. Unlike Long Aoshan, who curses at the drop of a hat. The depressing storyline almost made her cry. And the shocking plot twist turned her face red. She quietly starts grinding levels hard. I want to resurrect my mom, she whispers with determination. Studio apartment. In the rental. I checked the number of users online. 273 people. Alright then, I believe the numbers will explode soon. After all, this is just the beginning. These tricks are nothing. There are tons of tricks coming up. Leaving the game aside, I randomly start coding again. Browser game code is just browser game code. In my plan, once the server upgrades, it'll definitely become a client game. Caught up in work. Another 3 days pass. I really don't know what happened in my game during that time. I mean, really happened. It's all lag. The kind that's totally overwhelming. Every step lags. It's unbearable to endure. But I still want to play. It's been lagging for 3 days straight. Why can't it be fixed? I guess the developer doesn't have enough funds. So they can't provide enough servers. And everyone has been playing day and night for 3 days. Even the highest level is just Liu Ryan. She's only level 9 now. Even so, her experience isn't maxed yet. Half an hour later, extremely exhausted, Liu Ryan, with dark circles from staying up, suddenly perks up. Guys, my EXP is about to max out. Just need to eat one more magic chest, and I'll hit level 10. I can finally leave the newbie village and become a professional in town. When she says this, Liu Ryan is so excited she's almost in tears. The chat instantly explodes. The first person in Magic World to leave the newbie village is about to be born. Truly deserving of being the top female player. Truly deserving of being Magic World's No. 1. Honestly, I'm really curious. The newbie village is only this big. It's exactly the size of a real-life village, just scaled down. The town should be much bigger, right? Time to witness a miracle. Congrats, your EXP stays maxed. But unfortunately, the expansion hasn't launched yet. You can't level up. Liu Ryan stares at the system prompt in front of her, completely stunned. At this moment, the chat goes totally silent. A brief pause, then a crazy outburst. Level cap reached for this game. Max level is just level 9. Weren't the professionals waiting for me in town? Now that I'm maxed, what's left to play? No one is more disappointed than Liu Ryan right now. Thinking about going non-stop for 3 days and nights, only to end up with this result. She just can't hold it in anymore, and bursts out crying. She tries to force a smile to apologize to the viewers, but the moment she looks up, she sees a pop-up in the game interface. Congratulations on making it to the end. Every player who makes it this far truly loves this game. As the creator, I really have no way to repay you. Thank you all for loving my work. Please open the web page. Begin your performance. That's all the pop-up window said. On the second to last line, a website address appeared before Liu Ryan's eyes. She clicked to open it. Instantly, the comment section exploded again. Whoa, crowdfunding. What is this? A crowdfunding for a mother-saving mission. I can't even process this. So the real pay-to-win channel was actually here. Not just the viewers in the stream. Even Liu Ryan was stunned. Turns out we wrongly blamed him. This game never even set up a company and is lacking funds. That's why it's lagging. While they were talking, Liu Ryan immediately registered on the crowdfunding site. Then, after filling out the info, she scanned the code for 10,000.
Guys,
Don't you think this game is super fun? Come on, let's support them. I'll chip in 50. I'll do 100. I'll add another 2,000. That's it. You do 50. I'll do 100. Then the news reached Long Aocean's live stream. Long Aocean immediately led people to act. 300,000 yuan set as the crowdfunding goal. And it was completed in just half an hour. The crowdfunding project succeeded. Boss, are you eating crap or something? In the cramped office of Dream Crowdfunding Network, Zhao Zhang saw the crowdfunding total, first rubbing his eyes in disbelief, then exclaiming in utter shock. What did you say? Don't underestimate a small company, boss. The boss got furious hearing that, grabbed his cup and was about to have a real-life PK with Zhao Zhang. Zhao Zhang realized what was happening and instantly started sweating on his forehead. At that moment, another female employee suddenly shouted in shock, "Boss! Over 20,000 users registered on our website today. And all of them joined the crowdfunding. Look, it's the same crowdfunding from 3 days ago, where you said if you could raise 100 yuan. You eat crap. They actually raised over 900,000. 900,000 is more than enough. When I finished coding the last lines, I was shocked. Then I contacted Dream Crowdfunding Network. Dream Crowdfunding Network might be small, but their service was excellent. After the call, the crowdfunding ended quickly. And after deducting service fees, all the funds were transferred to me. I didn't hesitate at all. I immediately started buying materials and servers.
but honestly,
I wasn't satisfied with the servers available in this era, because I picked a local online store. After discussing with the seller, someone delivered everything in the afternoon. I started taking apart the machines right away. No, not just unboxing. I mean literally disassembling the machines, grabbing all sorts of parts and electronics. Using a small welder, I began modifying the server hardware myself. After 5 hours of work, I started rewriting the internal software drivers. By the time everything was done, it was already 11 p.m. I didn't even have time to eat. I transferred the PC game client over, then downloaded it myself to start testing. After testing, I finally breathed a sigh of relief. Next, I needed a dedicated data line. Why is the game laggy? It's not just a server issue. The network cable matters too. But a dedicated data line in this era is definitely not cheap. I called the telecom company. After asking about it, I was speechless. The lowest speed was 3,000 per month. Plus, there's an application fee, installation, materials, labor, and other costs. It's over 10,000 in total. On top of that, I wanted to install a high-speed data line. If you're running a game company, the faster, the better. But the guy said it would be 480,000 per month. And since I live in a residential building, it couldn't be installed anyway. Fine, I'll move somewhere else, okay? Telecom, just you wait. Sooner or later, I'll build a company and topple you. A few servers cost around 250,000 total. That left me with about 700,000. So I simply called a moving company and immediately rented a villa. Didn't even bother to check the place first. The monthly rent was 70,000. I just paid the deposit and several months' rent at once. That came out to 350,000. Then contacted the telecom company right away. The next morning, the telecom company quickly laid the new line and set up my dedicated connection. Then I installed the servers and transferred the game data. Just in time for noon, 12 o'clock. But I didn't immediately launch a new server. I still posted the old server's announcement and those player links. Meanwhile, I started sorting through all the documents, getting ready for registering business licenses. What certificates are needed for setting up a game company? I had no idea, so I was a bit lost. Checked how much money I had left. A little over 300,000 remained. I started browsing resumes on recruiting websites. After over half an hour, I finally spotted Liu Yishu. 40 years old, worked as a manager at several internet companies.
He wasn't a GM.
But just going by his resume, the guy looked quite competent. But according to the comments below, he got laid off. Now he's desperately job hunting. Looks promising. I squinted slightly, picked up my phone and called the number on his resume. Half an hour later, a very serious-looking, expressionless, classic manager-type guy walked into the villa. At that moment, we looked at each other with some mutual dislike. This guy is dressed so formal, so he's probably strict with people around him too. I thought to myself, this guy is young and seems pretty laid back. Is this another rich kid fooling around with a startup? Liu Yishu was also thinking that. Hello, I'm the boss of this internet company. Hi, Liu Yishu. I've reviewed your information. No need for further introductions. Are you someone who likes to meddle in everything? What do you mean? Liu Yishu was dumbfounded. He shook his head, confused. Starting a company, managing the company, registering and applying for licenses. Can you handle all that? I asked again. All right, you seem confident. So you can stay? I waved my hand, then turned and walked toward the server room. Liu Yishu snapped back to reality and hurried after me. Wait, what does the boss mean? We haven't even discussed salary or anything else. Nothing was really said. And that's it? Liu Yishu swears this was the easiest job hunt he'd ever had. But because it was so easy, he actually felt a bit uneasy. Salary, right? How much did you make at your last job? Annual salary plus bonus was about 800,000. I'll offer you 1 million. Anything else you want to say? No, that's not.
Boss.
At least tell me what we're actually doing here. It's a game company. Online games and web games. Web games, huh? If they do well, they make money fast. Boss, what's our current quarterly revenue? It's a free game, not launched yet. We're not earning anything from pay to win for now. But yesterday, I raised 900,000 through crowdfunding. What? Liu Yishu was stunned. After understanding the whole story and the company's development, he found himself with a very conflicted thought. Is there even a registered company here? They're running a game without any licenses? We need to leave quickly. But the boss is really powerful. He casually develops a browser game and gets tens of thousands of players. Now, there are even more players. Once the servers are set up, and the publishing and operating licenses are in place, then the pay-to-win mode can be activated. And that's definitely going to bring in a fortune. And the boss is generous too. He's already got the PC version ready. This PC game is honestly a lot of fun. Watching Liu Yishu get more and more hooked. I couldn't help but twitch the corner of my mouth from the side. Your professionalism. Didn't you say? You were just testing the playability of the game? How come you got addicted? Do you think it can get popular? I asked. Yes. And not just popular, super popular. The kind that absolutely blows up. Boss, I'll apply to register the company and get the licenses right away. At most, I'll have everything done in 3 days. Then the PC version can officially start the open beta testing in 3 days. I'll just open a few servers first, so those eager to play can try out the beta at night. After walking out of the villa with a bag of documents, a cold wind blew by, and Liu Yishu suddenly felt clear-headed. He looked back at the villa and couldn't help but mutter, doesn't this company feel kind of cursed? I haven't even signed my employment contract yet, and I've already started working. After Liu Yishu left, I didn't sit idle either. A total of 5 servers have been fully upgraded. Then I started to divide up the regions. Mapletown region, Sorrow Village, Zaku Village, Kuroka Village, Milov Village, and Yule Village, 5 villages in total. Sorrow Village is the very first region where Long Aocean and his friends play. Sorrow refers to that shocked and terrified village chief. The other 4 villages besides Sorrow Village are all new zones. Well, calling them new zones isn't exactly right. because the other four villages have gameplay that's pretty similar to Sorrow Village. But their maps are different. I created them based on the actual magical civilization. In this game, within a vassal duchy of the human empire of magical civilization, there really is a Maple Town and these 5 villages. Once we get enough resources, we'll merge the zones directly. Others merge zones to increase the player population, so their areas won't turn into dead zones. But my zone merging is the real deal. I'll literally combine the maps and expand the territory inside the game as technology continues to advance and zones keep merging. This game world will eventually become a true virtual second world. I thought to myself. Then I set the update to go live in just a few minutes. After the servers went down for maintenance, when the game update went live and appeared before the players, everyone was shocked. Are you kidding me? The game doesn't lag anymore. With 5 regions, the servers can now handle 50,000 players online. Before adding the 4 new zones, crowdfunding backers could still claim exclusive outfits and titles. The players who joined the crowdfunding went wild with excitement, and those who didn't nearly cried, amid mixed joy and sorrow. All the players looked toward the recent patch notes. After reading them over, they all suddenly realized a key point. This game is going to blow up. What does a truly great game represent? It means a never-ending path for the whales, and a never-ending path for those who grind for a living. On the newly launched official website, the forums were already packed within just 10 minutes. Hundreds of new posts. The first bucket of gold is about to come in. I nodded in satisfaction. Then I turned on my computer and kept on coding. I kept working straight through to the evening. Liu Yishu took a cab back to the villa and reported the situation to me. Everything is in the process of being officially registered. The business licenses should be ready by tomorrow. As for the game, the review will be stricter, but it should also be done within 3 days. Early the next morning, I woke up and continued coding. For several days in a row, my fingers never stopped working. Even for me, it was getting hard to keep going. Looks like I'd better prepare ahead of time. The materials needed for the consciousness transmitter. I thought to myself. Then I opened everythingshopping.com and started buying materials. The consciousness transmitter is regarded as a great invention in the future. It was created during the Exodus era. Although the future is just over 100 years away, humanity divides history based on major events. There are several eras, like the era before the planetary collision 7 years from now, which is actually the current era, referred to as the Age of Peace. Planetary collision. The apocalypse-level crisis on Earth was averted by humanity. Humanity mobilized all their ultimate weapons and together destroyed the asteroid. Afterward, countries found materials inside the meteorite, things not found on Earth, along with brand new fusion elements. These discoveries pushed human technology forward by leaps and bounds. For example, mutation technology grew at a staggering pace in just a few years. With abundant energy, humanity entered the interstellar era. Beyond that, biological gene technology also made huge breakthroughs. Thanks to the appearance of fusion elements, humans modified their genes based on animal DNA and came up with potions to repair and perfect human genomes. From then on, congenital diseases disappeared for humanity. Even children born with perfect genes were better with each new generation. Humans started evolving toward gods. Later, biological gene tech focused further on genetic modification and gene fusion and so on. The interstellar era was the start of the tech boom. After that, the explosion of technology led to the discovery of a new apocalypse, the destruction of the sun. Energy tech had a huge breakthrough, just like in the movies, leading to the creation of planetary engines powerful enough to drive Earth's escape. But unlike in the movies, humanity wasn't nearly as miserable. The explosion in biological gene tech made it possible for humans to survive, even under extreme conditions. Even plants like corn and wheat had their genomes altered, and animal genes were modified too. All rapidly developed, perfected, and deployed. This era came to be called the Exodus era. Crisis and opportunity always come together. Every major disaster has advanced human technology. During the Exodus era, the consciousness transmitter was one of humanity's greatest inventions in that era. In the future world, there are countless amazing inventions, like robots that completely replace human labor, And most mechanical devices use inertial intelligence that stimulate the human brain, and biochips that give birth to auxiliary consciousness, also known as the intelligent brain, and so on and so on. There are just too many. But unfortunately, I can only come up with very few of these technologies right now. There's nothing I can do. I'm lacking basic materials. I sighed. I checked out with all the materials I bought from Almighty Treasure and settled the bill. In this era, I'm actually making pretty good money, not to mention too much. Even just taking some cutting-edge tech and pushing it a tiny bit forward. The profits are unimaginable to others, but the risks are huge. Without any genetic modification, I'm nothing like before I was reborn. I don't have that superhuman, steel-like body. Forget about missiles or nukes. A single bullet could take my life. Even this 2D client right now nearly got me killed. My hands are still numb. I really don't want to keep coding. If I die from staying up late, that would be embarrassing for someone reborn. The consciousness transmitter is what I'm about to make next. Now that I've got money, let's get to work. Others don't have an intelligent brain, but I do. The intelligent brain exists in a person's mind. When I first got back, the crystal of civilization still had a faint glow. The intelligent brain was still accessible. But unfortunately, after transferring all the data, the intelligent brain drained the last energy from the crystal of civilization. And both the intelligent brain and the crystal fell into a deep sleep. If I want to access the contents of the crystal of civilization again, I need the power of faith. This is a kind of future science that can't be explained yet. So how do I get the power of faith? Am I supposed to go out and scam people? After thinking for a bit, I came up with an idea. First, I found a professional cosplay creator to make sure, and had them design a set of grand mage robes from a magical civilization. Then I went straight to a photo studio and took a set of pictures. I picked out the most charismatic one, then edited it into a dynamic image, and imported it into the client. Shamelessly, I made my own photo. The login screen for the magical world. All just for a bit of power of faith. Boss, I'm back. Liu Yishu's voice came over. Why are you here again? Does that even sound like something a person would say? Liu Yishu was stunned on the spot. Damn it, I work here. What do you mean here again? Taking a deep breath, Liu Yishu spoke. The company registration is already done. The paperwork for game operations will be ready today. Okay, I nodded. That's all you have to say, okay? Weren't you the one in a hurry? Liu Yishu got worked up again. Boss, shouldn't we hire more people? Okay, the whole day. I was carrying a bunch of materials around the office working till evening. The consciousness connector was finally done. This thing is significant, but it's easy to make. One day I slept until the afternoon. As soon as I stepped out of my room, I saw Liu Yishu and a young girl, plus an older lady waiting in the living room. That's Wang Xia. She used to work as a nanny. She claims to be an excellent cook. Just in time, it's mealtime. There's a supermarket 200 meters to the left outside. Sister Wang, why don't you go buy some ingredients and show us your cooking skills? The lady happily agreed and left. This is Yao Xiai. She's a new graduate this year. Not much work experience. But her resume is pretty good. She can handle administration or customer service just fine. Alright, keep her. Intern salary 7800. Full-time, 12,000. Liu Yishu felt confused. Do new grads get paid this much nowadays? An hour later, Wang Xia finally finished all the dishes. After tasting them, I waved my hand. She's hired 10,000 per month. Wang Xia was overjoyed. A bit in disbelief. Is this young boss really so generous? Alright, you all can. Get off work. Just be here before 10 a.m. tomorrow. Back in my room, I turned on my computer and created an account for myself. Some things in the game still need to be experienced firsthand. As expected, all 5 servers are full. 50,000 players. Around 20,000 of them have exclusive costumes. In the last few days, I've made a few more sets of costumes and mounts. All authentic replicas from the magical civilization. From farm clothes to noble outfits. From black dragon silk thread to unicorns. No fixed prices. All are won by a draw. Red silkworm box, unicorn box. $10 per box. Come on, bro. I can already predict tomorrow's update. Will get me tons of complaints from players. The next morning, as servers opened, players who had already downloaded the client started logging in. 5 villages. Every player who hits level 10 enters Maple Leaf Town. At the same time, I logged in too. Gotta have some insiders. At that moment, around the career mentor in Maple Leaf Town was a huge crowd. All the level 10s were picking professions. Level 1 to 19 are apprentice professions. Like apprentice mage, for example. I made my character walk over to the mage trainer and chose to become a mage. After finishing the transfer, I opened the live stream. First, I checked out Long A Ocean. That guy was ranting and cursing. Obvious his insults were directed at me. This is such a ripoff. 100,000 and still no guarantees. You need 280,000 to guarantee it. Damn! Liu Ryan finished her job change too. She chose priest. She was biting her lips staring at the shop costumes. Open a loot box? You gotta be kidding. Out of 100,000 chances. My old fans know. My luck sucks. Just do it. Everyone wants to see it. Even just one is fine. Liu Ryan reluctantly bought 10 boxes. Here I go. Liu Ryan closed her eyes. Right-click, click again and again. Congrats! You got 9 dragon scale silk threads. I watched as Liu Ryan opened her eyes. 1 box left. I immediately typed in a line of code. Congratulations to the player for acquiring the Black Dragon Snow Silkworm costume. Liu Ryan screamed with excitement. Turns out I have great RNG. Don't ever call me fake you again. I closed the streaming platform and opened the game backend monitor. Sure enough, after Liu Ryan pulled the Black Dragon Silkworm, the number of paying players soared. Box sales skyrocketed too. The whole day passed quickly. I'm waiting in my office. Not just waiting for the game's first day revenue, but more importantly, waiting for the intelligent brain to awaken. Once the intelligent brain awakens, the consciousness transmitter can be used. By then, I'll have the intelligent brain make the 3D version of this game and expand the map and even optimize the game itself. At the same time, I huddled in my office, typing away. I worked for a whole day. I'm making a self-defense weapon. As the company gets bigger, I have to start thinking about my own safety. Limited funds right now, limited materials, limited technological foundation. An EMP weapon is out of the question. Laser and bioweapons are also pure fantasy. What I'm making is a small sonic weapon. Sonic weapons are terrifying and relatively easy to conceal. With constant external sonic stimulation, a person's body just can't handle it. In the future, scientists combined magic civilization spells and did secondary research. They combined dark magic spell frequencies with sonic waves and created a brand new sonic weapon called Magic Sound Wave. Depending on different spell frequencies and sonic frequencies combined, they can hypnotize or induce a trance and even directly damage the opponent's brain. After working all day, I finally made a black glove. I placed a chip in the glove, used as a signal receiver. When the intelligent brain wakes up, I'll have it help transmit the magic sound wave frequency. Then, the glove will naturally have trance and hypnosis abilities. The night passed quietly. The next morning, a roar startled me awake. It's blowing up. It exploded yesterday. Another 30,000 players entered the rookie village, but only 100,000 players total. Do you know how much they spent on the first day? Over 8 million, that's crazy. Even I was shocked at that moment. Boss, buy more servers. As long as we keep things stable, we can easily make a fortune. Buy them, I'll pay. Hurry up and order 100 units from Shanxi, Tencent HQ. A woman in a suit holding a stack of reports hurried into the general manager's office. Is there another emergency? As the GM of game publishing operations, Niu Kai, couldn't help but look at Miss Niu in surprise. A groundbreaking online game just appeared here. This online game called Magic World started as a browser game, but exploded in popularity after being promoted by 2 major streamers. Yesterday, after an update, the game became a client-based game. First day saw 100,000 registered players. Online sales exceeded 8 million. Contact the team in Shanghai. Have them pay a visit and make contact. Also, you personally need to go on a business trip. Go to Shanghai yourself. Try to approach Second World. Try to acquire the game company, Miss Niu. The woman turned and left. Right at that moment, Miss New spoke up again. Wait, if they're not willing. A 500 million investment for 51% equity is fine too. Or just buy them out. I looked at the sharp, capable woman in front of me. Sorry, I'm not interested in money. What I care about is my dream. So I refused both options. Zhang Milan from Tencent just left. Now people from Jucheng showed up. Sighed they want to buy my technology. Of course I sent them away too. That night, 100 servers were continuously delivered to the villa. After the staff left, I grabbed my tools and started modifying the server's hardware and software. It wasn't until noon the next day that I finished upgrading all the servers, then powered them on. Liu Yishu stood nearby, looking worried. With over 100 servers in this house, are you sure there won't be any issues? If cooling isn't done right, these things could blow up. Don't worry, with my skills. Rest assured, this technology is revolutionary for this stage. I got 105 servers to share balanced data processing and temporarily capped the population of Mapletown and the 5 major villages. Max cap for the town is 100,000 players. Each village is capped at 10,000. Absolutely no risk of overheating. That's 50,000 more players. Liu Yishu was stunned. No wonder you're not worried about overheating. Boss, this is the best time to make money. Our 100 servers just added 50,000 more players. So what do we do now? Open a new district. No rush, I have my plan. Relax, I'm not kidding. I've already got it all figured out. Magic World. Every region has to be unique, because we'll be merging servers in the future. If we duplicate any regions, then in the future, the entire game map would be a mess. Plus, I can feel the intelligent brain is about to wake up. Once it does, we can add new districts and maps anytime. Even optimize existing maps and game balance. Or things like graphics quality. Please, give me more attention when you log in. And send more faith energy my way. When I woke up, the intelligent brain really had awakened. A faint glow radiated from the civilization crystal in my consciousness. Inside the civilization crystal, a consciousness was trying to communicate with me. Master, the new map is ready. Optimizations are done as well. Connect to the servers as soon as possible. A voice sounded in the secret room. I understand. Right away, I rushed into the office, grabbed the consciousness transmitter, then ran into the server room. One end connected to the server, the other clipped to my temple. I gently closed my eyes. The intelligent brain started exporting data. This is the earliest version of the consciousness transmitter. Because I was reborn back when I was young. There's no biochip in my head anymore. Otherwise, with the biochip's built-in wireless sensing, data transfer could be done remotely and directly. Then, using my backstage access, I started reviewing the data being transmitted to the servers. 5 large maps, including 5 optimized towns with Mapletown, 50 villages, all forming one complete map. Beyond that are unopened areas. Looking at the data the intelligent brain generated, I had to admit, the intelligent brain really is a human biocomputer. It's truly powerful. The gameplay balance and everything else are way better than what humans can do. First of all, each village produces different resources and specialties. Each town doesn't need to worry at all. No area on the map will become a ghost town. Secondly, after optimization, when Magic World launches in the future, there will no longer be server selections, because everyone is on the same server, entering different maps. It's just a transfer of data. After I finished explaining the update details, I click publish. Another update is coming. Damn, it's only been a few days. Truly productive. Holy crap, all players are on one server. Looks like when it's full, there can be up to 1.5 million players online at the same time. This game is mind-blowing. Alright, the market feature is now fully open as well. Now the gold farming groups are going to boom. Countless players are discussing it endlessly. I casually open a live streaming platform. I want to see if Lou Ryan has started her stream yet. But as soon as I open it, I'm stunned. Then I frown deeply. Has it started? At this moment on all channels, I can't find a single stream of Magic World. Instead, the entire website is filled with ads for all kinds of games. This is going too far. I just got the update finished. Haven't even published it yet. And you guys already started. Boss Liu Yishu rushed into the office. Penguin and Pork Studios have already started targeting us. Not only are all the big MMORPGs releasing new content, but they've also joined forces with platforms to ban Magic World streams. What do you think? I asked. Hearing this, Liu Yishu actually calmed down. After thinking for a moment,
He said, Boss.
if you really don't want to sell the tech or shares, we have two strategies. One is to apply for technology patents. Two is to use our tech and the company as collateral. Get a bank loan to finish the initial deployment, and quickly gather enough players. With the tech our company, Second World, has, and the potential within Magic World, I believe the bank will definitely give you an amount you'll be satisfied with, boss.
Not necessary.
Magic World's rise doesn't need any outside help. It is strong enough on its own. Magic World will update immediately today and order 400 servers at the same time. When they're delivered, put them all in the basement. I'll make some modifications when I get a chance. By then, the player capacity will be guaranteed. What about the money? Liu Yishu was dumbfounded. 400 servers. That's 20 million. Pay the deposit first. When the servers arrive, we'll settle the rest. Seeing me like this, Liu Yishu couldn't help but feel puzzled. Besides the rumored team behind the boss, is there also a rich father suspected behind him? Otherwise, where does the money come from? After Liu Yishu left, I checked the time, started updating the entire Magic World. Updating is fast, since everything is prepared and just needs to be published. But for Magic World players, the update speed isn't that fast. Even with AI optimization, there are still martial arts series updates. Are you kidding me? Every time Magic World updates, it's even bigger than re-downloading another game. I'm done updating. It's actually all players on one server, all in the same zone. According to the quest description at Mapletown Library, Mapletown is under the jurisdiction of Lazel City. Lazel City is part of the human realm governed by the human principality of Balin, one of the 43 main cities in the northern region. Population is around 1.8 million. Wow, what is Second World aiming for? A whole main city of people in the same zone. Did you guys realize how massive the Magic World map is? It's known that Magic World has 3 continents. First is the mysterious Divine Fall continent where the god of magic fell. Second is the Wildlands continent, home to orcs and other tribes. Third is the continent dominated by humans, which is where we players are, the Grace continent. How big is Grace continent? According to available information, the human empire, the Empire of Grace, controls 2 kingdoms and 4 principalities outside the empire. And the Principality of Balin, which is the country we're currently in, can alone accommodate about 30 million players. That's insane. And that's not all. The Magic World lore is also incredibly comprehensive. It's just like a real world. According to Magic World's history, we're currently in the era after the fall of the god of magic, in the year 8071 of the Divine Fall calendar. In this year, the whole world starts to stir, on the eve of a world war, and according to statistics, the human Grace continent should be able to hold 3 billion players. 3 billion, everyone! What does that even mean? That's almost half of the global population. If everyone played Magic World, if the technology breakthrough could allow everyone online at once, that would literally be humanity's second world. Just as players are speculating, Magic World is a real civilization. This era truly is on the eve of global unrest. As updates continue, players will eventually be able to participate in Magic World's Centennial Wars. This is no joke. Before I was reborn, when the Blue Star Civilization met the Magic Civilization, if not for the fact that the Magic Civilization's Century War just ended, with everything needing to be rebuilt, and massive casualties across the entire civilization, almost dropping a civilization level, the humans of Earth might not have been able to defeat the Magic Civilization. After all, this is a civilization that has developed for over 10,000 years. Thinking about this, I look toward the ceiling. In this lifetime, will this war between the 2 civilizations happen again? At the end of science is theology, as someone reborn. I know better than anyone. Under the pressure of approaching world destruction in the near future, the first thing I did was to create a game based on replicating the Magic Civilization from the universe. A virtual world capable of accommodating 80 billion people worldwide. A virtual world, which in my plan, will be humanity's second world. Once the ordered 400 servers arrive, the 5 large regions can accommodate 7.5 million players. Once the industrial base is built, and artificial intelligence is created, then this world that's just for fun will truly come alive. Everything in it will be as realistic as the real world. And with the industrial base, whether it's making inertia intelligence robots, accelerating the development speed, or creating battle robots and military forces, it's all crucial. That's the only way to barely handle all kinds of future crises. After Magic World's big update, all the players went crazy. I'm sure with Magic World's game quality, in less than 3 days, the 1.5 million online capacity will definitely be reached. Just on the first day, the total recharge amount exceeded 60 million. Seems like my decision back then was right. The gaming industry really is insanely profitable. Boss, the 400 servers have arrived. They're all placed in the basement. I casually gave a quick instruction. Then I started gathering my tools to modify the servers. This kept me busy all night. Then I connected everything and brought them online. I notified the players in the game. After that, I restarted all the servers. Once I finished, I went to bed. But I didn't know then. With this update, all the players went crazy. 5 regions, 5 servers, all with different maps. If there's a merge later, that means nearly 10 million people in a single realm. Don't forget, according to those books, the Principality of Balin is made up of 43 main cities. If we manage to bring all of those in, it'll be a game hosting hundreds of millions of people. My God, now I finally realize why Second World is called Second World. When I woke up, it was already afternoon. I checked my missed calls and dialed back casually. Hello, Lang. Right after the call connected, a very familiar, yet distant voice came through. My good buddy, Shenling. He's just like his name. Wild as hell. But it's kind of a shame. The guy's a dude. I remember a few years later, after Shenlang graduated, as a top student logically, he should have easily become a leading scientist. But after a huge change hit his family, reality eventually broke him. At the beginning of the Galaxy era, he did it for money, joining a lapsed gene experiment. The experiment failed. When I saw him again,
He was barely human, almost like a ghost.
hiding alone in a remote African tribe. In the end, he chose to end it all himself. Hearing that familiar yet distant voice, I nearly broke down in tears several times. Now that I've been reborn, I can save Shenlang. But what about the millions of other Shenlangs? Will I really be able to do that? Bro, how have you been? Shenlang's voice came again. I'm doing great. I've just started an internet company. Any one of our technologies could easily sell for billions. Do you believe that? No way I believe you. Let's grab a meal sometime. After some chit-chat, time flew by, and the night passed. I used the AI brain to keep refining the balance within Magic World, tweaking some details in the game, with all the recent marketing. Right now, across all Magic World regions, the player count has surpassed 4 million. 4 million players. That's already a record for an online game in China, first in concurrent online users. But making adjustments every day is a real hassle. Looks like developing true AI is urgent. Once I have enough money, I'll need to get into biotech and gene engineering ASAP too. A perfect immortality serum and gene enhancements. The serum can't be created yet, but a simplified version is doable. Just then, there was a knock at the door. Boss, people from Goose Corp are here. They're here? Guess they really couldn't sit still. I changed into some clean casual clothes and followed Liu Yishu downstairs. Hello, Mr. Ma from Goose Corp and Mr. Ding from Pig Corp have set up a banquet at Longshu Manor. They specifically asked me to invite you to attend. All right, let's go. I didn't hold back. I strode outside the villa. After the driver opened the door, I got into a Bentley. Luxury cars really are something else. Though honestly, it's nothing new to me. I've even piloted starships worth billions with my own hands.
Inside Longshu Manor,
Old Ding was the first to greet me with a smile. Brother May came up too and shook my hand as well. As for why we're here, I'm sure Mr. Chun already knows. When I saw the photos before, I really couldn't believe it. That someone so young could control such advanced technology. It was truly surprising. Mr. Chen, just name your price for your technology. Back at the villa, when Liu Yishu heard the news, his jaw dropped. Boss, I really can't keep calm anymore. With that much money invested, our second world will hit an unprecedented new peak. Give it less than a year, and second world will be a household name among China's top internet companies. Forget about it. I have other plans for that money. Only a small chunk will go into the internet business. Most of it will go to real industry and manufacturing, even heavy industry. What? Liu Yishu was stunned. He just stared at me in disbelief. We're a gaming company. Now that we have money, you're not developing the company. You're not making us bigger. Instead, you want to push into real industry and manufacturing, even heavy industry. Man, that's really stressing me out. After seeing me enter the office, with the door firmly closed, Liu Yishu couldn't help but sit aside looking worried. Zhao Shai came out for water and saw Liu Yishu on the couch, rubbing his head looking glum. She cautiously asked, President Liu, are you all right? Our boss, I really don't get him. With the game business already so huge, but wanting to get into real industry, are we about to go under? Is he going to sell the company? Zhao Shaoai sighed, thinking of her family's hardship, and about to lose another job, and instantly got down. Don't talk nonsense. Liu Yishu rolled his eyes. Even if the boss is dead set on industry, the company won't go under.
He's loaded.
He just made 20 billion from Goose and Pig. Wait, 20 billion each? Zhao Shaoai's jaw dropped. Her cup fell to the floor with a clatter. Once I got into the office, I started researching companies to acquire online. In the end, I settled on one industrial company and one research base. Both of these are located at the Hangzhou research base. They're currently being auctioned. The base is called the Tian supercomputer. Hangzhou Central Base. Never thought about it before. Can't believe this thing can actually be sold. Should have been half a year ago. Hangzhou established the Shenwei series supercomputer base. Tian base has basically been sitting unused since then. Gotta win this, no matter what. Building on top of the Tian base, I'll directly set up the Second World Corporation headquarters. This is definitely the best choice. Although the Tian 2 supercomputer is a bit outdated. The supercomputer, I will be able to go live right away. It will save us a lot of time. Having made up my mind, then looked at my second target, Tianhong Industries. Right now, Tianhong Industries aims to be an all-around industrial company. In reality, it's just a contract manufacturer. Hello, is this Mr. Sun Tianhong? Dialed the number and asked, It's me. You sound really young. You sure you're contacting me to acquire Tianhong Industries? Sun Tianhong frowned slightly. Whether or not I'll buy depends on your asking price, Mr. Sun. 12 billion. As if he never thought I'd actually buy. 80 billion, and don't try to bargain with me. I know about the assets Tianhong Group holds. You add it all up, this price is definitely more than enough. Sun Tianhong gasped sharply. He froze in place in surprise. Who exactly is this person? So young, yet has nearly 10 billion in liquid assets. After a long pause, Sun Tianhong still couldn't figure it out. Let me think about it a bit more. All right, I'll be in Hangzhou next week for an auction. I'll come see you directly then. Next morning, I gathered the company staff for a meeting, announced the relocation plan. Liu Yishu, Xiao Xiaowai, and Wang Sha all said they're willing to follow me to Hangzhou. It made me really happy. So I decided to give the employees some bonuses. Boss is buying cars. Really doing this? So expensive. What are you guys waiting for? I shoved my card into the salesgirl's hand. Swipe it. 680, class 911. This Martin as well. I'll take all four. A week later, Liu Yishu drove his S680. Dropped Zhao Shai and me off at the station. After arriving in Hangzhou, old Ding came to pick me up, right? The auction was about to start. Our group hurried over to the auction venue. Before the event, an old professor in charge of the Tian supercomputer base stepped up and announced, the auction for the Hangzhou Tian supercomputer base is officially open. As he spoke, the old man looked around the room. Starting bid, 2 billion. 2 billion, 0 million. 2 billion, 20 million. 2 billion, 30 million. Executives from various companies began raising their paddles to bid. Whether it was old Ding, or any of those big shots I'd spoken to before. Not a single person made a move. Everyone just watched quietly. Finally, the pace of bidding slowed down. Price had already reached 2,550,000,000. Few big shots rolled up their sleeves, smiling at the corners of their mouths, ready to make a move. Before they could, I raised my paddle, 4 billion. I won the Hangzhou Tian supercomputer base for a sky-high price of 4 billion. News made headlines, drawing crowds of onlookers and sparking discussion. It was unbelievable. The next phase of the Magic World game. Servers will be run on supercomputers. This is truly unprecedented and intimidating. Spending billions just to build servers. Unreal, man. You guys home?
Back.
After the auction ended, I called home, so you finally remembered to come back. Come to the shop. Your mom and I are both at the shop. About 10 minutes later, Zhao Shai and I arrived at an old residential area. My sharp-eyed parents had already gathered around. I actually brought your girlfriend home. This is my temporary assistant and secretary, not my girlfriend. Her name is Xiao Xiaowai. Secretary? My parents were stunned. Hello, uncle and auntie. I'm the boss's temporary assistant and secretary. My name is Xiao Xiaowai. After introducing herself, four of us walked into the elegantly decorated Qian Jai. Looking at all the displayed arts, crafts, I couldn't help but shake my head. Dad, why don't you just put out your good stuff directly? Why do you have to hide it? Afraid I'll see it? So you found out. My dad was surprised. How did you know? What's with that secretary assistant thing? Did you just find out our family is rich? Bring her here on purpose. If it weren't for being reborn, I probably wouldn't have learned about our family situation for several more years. Hangzhou's antique business. Pretty much everyone knows me, right? Master Chan, why would I want your money? I started my own business in Shanghai. Actually made it big. If you don't believe me, ask Zhao Zhao. Just then, Zhao Shuai quietly said, our boss started his business just over a week ago. Already made over 20.4 billion. Dad, my parents turned around in shock. Totally stunned. This is where I lived as a kid. Looking at my old room, couldn't help but feel a bit nostalgic. Looking at some of the little crafts on the bookshelf, couldn't help but smile meaningfully. I definitely don't think of these as little crafts anymore. These are actual antiques. Seeing these antiques, I suddenly frowned. Secret to immortality isn't something you just stumble upon. Since ancient times, emperors and nobles alike have all pursued the secret of everlasting life. Has anyone in ancient times ever truly obtained immortality? Yes. Most famous is Peng Zhu. Lived for 800 years. Later, there was a man named Huang Shanzhan. Got hold of Peng Zhu's relics after his death. Remained youthful even after living for centuries. My previous life was because my dad got hold of an artifact unearthed from a related tomb. Things ultimately ended that way. Then years later, after a planetary impact on Earth, humanity discovered special materials and combinations. The ancient mystery of immortality, thanks to the new era's technology, was finally completely unlocked. From then on, immortality became a universal benefit. Looks like I need to start planning ahead. The frown. Thought to myself that since my dad does the antique business, it's obviously connected to tomb raiders. The real secret to immortality is hidden within those ancient legacies, held by a rare few extraordinary people. Those people follow ancient family instructions, generation after generation, living rough in the wilderness. Usually, they don't interact with outsiders. Gene Research Institute that Shen Lang joined previously is actually owned by one of these families. Guess I'll stay at home for now. I thought for a moment, thinking to myself, during this period, there will definitely be people coming to my dad, trying to sell off goods. In that time, it's best to seize the opportunity. First, recruit a few people to work for me. Aside from that, I also have to keep an eye on the supercomputer base. Priority is to develop the artificial intelligence. Once it's developed, we can move on to the next phase of opening the magic world. Before that, we need to secure the industrial base first. That way we can work on construction and develop the AI simultaneously. By the time the AI is officially operational, the industrial base can start up as well. Be able to mass-produce inertia-intelligent robots and machinery. Turn to look at Zhao Xiaowai sitting on the side. Let me contact Sun Tianhong, chairman of Tianhong Industries. An hour later, met with President Sun. Got straight to the point. Just like I said earlier. How about you sell Tianhong Industries to me for 8 billion? I've made up my mind. It's fine, but Mr. Chen, aren't you going to take a look inside Tianhong Industries? Sun Tianhong looked a bit surprised. No need. A lot of areas will need to be torn down and rebuilt anyway. I'm planning to invest 3 billion more. Renovate and upgrade the interior of Tianhong Industries. Just in case anything goes wrong. Sun Tianhong laughed. Mr. Chen, you're certainly ambitious. Signed the contract today. Back when I was in Modu, I had already based on the design blueprints of the Tian supercomputing base. Tianhong Industries, from the design modifications. And it was with Smart Brain. Designed according to futuristic technology style. It's definitely one of the best designs of this era. Immediately, I commissioned several capable construction companies to start building together. Base was completed. Security was a big concern. After thinking it over, I made a call. After waiting for half an hour, 2 men arrived in a van, parked downstairs at the tea house. Must be Mr. Chen? My name is Wang Ming. Li Jun. I shook hands with them. Could already gauge their abilities. Before humanity entered the galactic era, supernatural powers had not yet been mastered by humans. Humans first encountered magical civilizations. Many people tried to cultivate magic by transforming themselves. It was eventually discovered the power of technology was enough to overwhelm a magical civilization. Science is fundamental. All supernatural powers can be analyzed and mastered through science. Magic is powerful. Sorry, we've developed gene modification serums, which make us immune to magical damage. Battle Key is strong. Sorry, our body-enhancing serums already turned us all into steel-bodied people. Still want to attack me with Battle Key? Alright, the suggestion from our side is you to order a custom superalloy greatsword on Wanning Bao. Otherwise, your swords will break. These two obviously look like they've undergone enhancements. You two will follow me from now on. Since it was a friend's introduction, I definitely won't treat you unfairly. How about this monthly salary of 30,000? Bonuses on top of that. 3,000 to start. Wang Ming and Li Jun were stunned. They're strong fighters, having trained in martial arts since childhood under their master. These days, martial artists hardly find jobs. I know you two are skilled. So I'll give you a slightly higher salary. As for bonuses, as long as you do something for me or contribute to the company, the amount will depend on the significance of your contribution, so the payout varies. Got it? Got it. Got it. Wang Ming and Li Jun nodded repeatedly. There's something I need you to do immediately. Go recruit a team of veterans as security guards. Highly paid veterans. I have some connections there. A childhood friend of mine is a top special forces officer. Runs a group full of retired soldiers. Many of them are his old comrades and such. Contact them. Take as many as you can. Right now, neither of my industries have anyone to supervise them. Everyone meet at the Tian supercomputing base tomorrow. I got back to Kyunzai, the tea table in the center. My dad was chatting with a strong man, wearing jeans and a tank top. Suddenly the door opened. Both of them were startled. Don't worry, it's just my son. Big guy's tensed muscles finally relaxed. Little Chun, just your presence is impressive. What brings you here? Aren't you always uninterested in antiques? Ever since you were a kid? Casually picked up the antique. I was being appraised by him on the table. Started examining it. It's a bronze, kind of like a small tripod. How much is this worth? Then I can be sure about this one. It's definitely not an incense burner. Looks like something from before the pre-Qin era. You can trace its origin. It's actually very valuable. What if you can't find out the origin? About 300,000. My dad's mouth twitched. Just a little trinket. Put the little tripod back on the table. My eyes flickered slightly. I turned to look at the strong man. My dad doesn't recognize this little tripod. I do. This thing is actually an altar from thousands of years ago. No one knows exactly what it's called. It was created before 2500 BC. That was a period lost to history. All sorts of incredible myths about immortals and gods, legends of immortality, born during that era. According to later research, that time period, so-called gods on Earth very likely actually existed. And they were very possibly aliens. True origin of the secret of immortality also comes from that era. It's highly likely that there are aliens on Earth, researching the secrets of immortality. Then they left Earth with the mystery of eternal life. And those artifacts related to the divine were also buried in tombs by the ancestors of that era. But because there were no written records at the time, it's impossible to search for the real truth of that period. That's exactly why. Later generations called this little cauldron Dengtai. What do you call it? I asked the sturdy man. Sun Tianhai, the sturdy man, hesitated for a moment. He gave me his real name. My dad looked speechless. Show some respect to your senior. Your Uncle Sun is actually a legend in the business. Old Sun interested? What do you want me to do with you? Both my dad and Sun Tianhai couldn't help but be shocked. My dad immediately pulled me aside. Are you crazy? You must not get mixed up in this business. I know you're in tech. You don't believe in the paranormal. But some things can't be explained by science. Billions of dollars. What do you want to do? If you can't pull it off and end up in jail because of this, your whole life will be ruined. Dad, don't worry. Let me explain. I gave a slight smile. Sat back down. I said flatly, you families, generation after generation, what secret are you all chasing? Sun Tianhai looked horrified. How did you know? To tell you the truth, my assets are only a few billion. And even I know about it. Just imagine, wouldn't someone stronger than me know too? Sun Tianhai was trembling all over. My dad next to me was dumbfounded. What is going on? Could there be more secrets? At that moment, Sun Tianhai simply knelt down on the floor. Please, young Master Chun, show me the way. My dad grew more and more confused as he listened. What's actually going on here? Their family has been doing this for generations. Do you really think it's just about antiques? Haven't you ever wondered why they keep doing this generation after generation? It's for immortality. That's right, Sun Tianhai nodded. Besides our Sun family, there are several other big families, also searching for this secret generation after generation. You want a way out? I'll give you a way out. I have Goose Corp and Pig Corp, plus others working behind the scenes as partners. At the moment, this matter is completely confidential and under my full control. Once you join me, I'll provide you with equipment. How's that?
I'm in.
Sun Tianhai nodded without hesitation. Since young Master Chun and all these big shots value me, I'm willing to serve young Master Chun. I'm not even talking about anything else. Just for this matter alone, young Master Chun can guarantee my family's safety. Your family is under my protection. I can tell you clearly, as long as you handle things well, your Sun family will be perfectly safe. And in the future, you'll receive a reward beyond your imagination. Go gather your people. I spent 8 billion in Hangzhou to buy Tianhong Industries. After renovation is complete, Tianhong Industries will be able to provide you with advanced equipment and devices right away. Thank you, young Master Chun. I'll take my leave now. As he spoke, Sun Tianhai left his contact info, then got up and left, leaving my dad completely stunned. The end of science is theology. After being reborn, I'm more aware than anyone. Faced with the pressure of impending world destruction, I acquired an industrial facility. Interested? Let my men confirm. If you're willing, I'll give you the position of CEO at Tianhong Industries. How about it? Sun Tianhong is amazing. I'm planning to build a high-tech industry based on Tianhong to incubate advanced tech industries. If you're willing, you can keep managing Tianhong's affairs. Alright, I'll work with you. I'm not doing anything else right now anyway. And I don't feel like starting a business now. That afternoon, I arrived at the supercomputing center. I met Wang Ming at the facility, and Li Jun led a team of military veterans. These former Special Forces members have now become my security team. Suddenly, the entire supercomputing center felt much safer to me. Then I took out a data transfer device from my bag and headed toward the supercomputer's main control room in the basement. In front of the supercomputer console, I stepped forward and inserted the data device into the supercomputer's data port. Then the AI in my mind started working. Streams of data began transferring into the supercomputer. An hour later, when the supercomputer made a crisp notification sound, the display showed a data-formed sphere. Hello, master. Please select the operating level. A clear voice sounded. Initials say, starting self-check and optimization. Since the hardware specs vary, the usefulness of the AI also varies. The stronger the hardware, the faster the AI can run. S1 is the lowest level of operation. So, 99.99% of the AI's abilities are in sleep mode. After optimization and self-check, S2 adaptive operation is enabled. Not bad. I couldn't help but be impressed by Tian's supercomputer. Hardware that can run S2 in this era is extremely rare worldwide. After further optimization, as the screen lit up again, an even more realistic voice came on. Kyuki at your service. It's a girl's voice. Hi, search for Second World Tech Company. Copy the servers. Transfer the Magic World game backend to this supercomputer. Also, let those servers in Second World Tech assist you with game data operations. Optimize at the same time. Balance the in-game economic and class systems. Send out a system announcement in the game. Update coming tomorrow. A brand new version as per the master's command task complete. After everything was done, I made a list of materials and equipment and asked Wang Ming and Li Jun to buy supplies. Around 3 p.m., the two drove a pickup truck and delivered everything to my place. The latest LED transparent glass display, miniaturized signal transmission chip. The reason I got these materials was to create a pair of smart glasses that connect the AI brain and artificial intelligence. I worked until nightfall, and finally the glasses were completed in my hands. One immediately put them on and pressed the tiny button on the earpiece. The lenses flickered with light, and rows of data appeared before my eyes. Connected to the AI, hello master. Kyuki at your service. The data turned into a real voice in my head. I then gave a mental command to activate Smart Assist Vision. A faint blue light flashed before my eyes, and tons of information appeared in my field of view. I turned to look at the teacup I just drank from on the table. Liuli cup frost crystal glass. Dense and detailed. All kinds of information about the cup appeared before my eyes. The next day, I hurried to the supercomputing center. The Magic World has developed for nearly 2 weeks now. Currently, the number of players has reached a maxed out 7.5 million. And today marks the launch of a brand new version of the Magic World. I'm also planning to use this opportunity to open another server region. Before, the servers couldn't handle it. Now, with the supercomputer and AI assistance, opening a new region isn't nearly as stressful. After entering the supercomputer control room, I had Kyuki pull up the Magic World dashboard. An update notification was sent out, forcing all players offline. The update began. Commands in progress. Commands completed.
Game upgrade finished.
The database has been updated, awaiting player downloads. The combination of supercomputers and AI is just way more advanced than ordinary servers. There's not even a wait time. Data was overwritten instantly. Then, in the game's backend, the real-time client update count started displaying. And in less than a minute, over 2 million players started updating their games. The new update content appeared before the players, even with millions accessing the website immediately to read the update details. It still took more than 10 minutes to finish reading. It's undeniable that every player who checked the update content understood one thing. The era belonging to the Magic World has truly arrived. Master Sun Tianhai is calling. I answered and leaned back in my chair. Sun Tianhai's image appeared right on the screen. He was at a street food stand. Looks like he was having breakfast. What time is it? Having breakfast at 10 a.m.? Slept in. Sun Tianhai was suddenly startled. His chopsticks dropped straight to the ground. He glanced around. Chun, is it really necessary for you to surveil me? Look up. There's a camera on the utility pole to your right. That's how I'm seeing you. Sun Tianhai looked up at the utility pole and immediately gasped. He couldn't help but believe me now. Now this is really high-tech. Chun, the matter you asked me to take care of is pretty much done. There are over 20 people in total. Just give your order, and we can assemble at any time. No rush yet. 2 weeks from now would be a good time. Just bring everyone over when it's time. The call ended. Then I told Kyuki to secretly monitor the people Sun Tianhai was contacting. And if any suspicious activity is found, send a covert alert immediately. The next thing Sun Tianhai needs to focus on is finding a steel mill first. The reason I'm doing this is to run an experiment for a type of superalloy. This superalloy will be created years later and is a must-have metal for building starships and spaceships in the age of the Milky Way. It's called Level 3 Ultra-Grade Superalloy. For the closed-loop industrial base I've set up, that's exactly the alloy needed. Equipment and tools made with this alloy, smart machine tools, and fully intelligent industrial bases are the real purpose behind building this complex. In the future, this base will continuously produce tech products far beyond this era. Without this special metal, none of that would be possible. As the 2 weeks draw near, the closed industrial base is finally built. Workers are finishing up the last plant rooftops. I had Sun Tianhong reach out to a steel factory to discuss an acquisition. The next day, Sun Tianhong, as our rep, signed the contract with them. The small steel factory was officially renamed to Tianhong Steel. Next, materials were sent into the steel-making furnace, and I oversaw the process myself. Based on the Level 3 Ultra Alloy formula, I strictly selected materials and fine-tuned the ratios. On the third day, with the final batch of steel poured out, I finally completed this phase of my plan. I couldn't wait to start making the necessary instruments. Once the machine tools and inertia-guided smart robots are created, everything that follows will become a whole lot easier. An hour later, inside the closed industrial base of Tianhong Industrial, as truck after truck of molten steel is delivered inside, the molds I'd prepared in advance were brought out. The casting began afterwards, and the workers handling the casting were just regular laborers, while I focused on other tasks, like preparing special chemicals and working on a superconducting railgun. The superconducting railgun isn't a weapon, but a tool for programming inside Level 3 ultra-alloy metals. It's a tool for programming. It can emit a stable electromagnetic field to activate certain properties deep within the metal. Once the properties are activated, this metal isn't just metal anymore. It's also a fixed transmitter, capable of energy and data transmission. This step is crucial, and it's what makes this metal truly valuable. In the blink of an eye, 2 days passed. I used up 99% of the special metal, and finally completed the transformation of the entire closed industrial base. Kyuki, activate. I stood inside the empty industrial base and casually spoke out. Instantly, the lights came on. Throughout the closed industrial base, hundreds of machine tools and instruments, and robotic arms, all lit up with a faint icy blue glow at that moment. Self-diagnostics in progress. Diagnostics complete. The industrial center meets initial stellar standards. I let out a sigh of relief. Reaching stellar standards means that this industrial center has the foundation to build spaceships, begin automated operations to sort materials and manufacture 30 inertia-guided smart robots, start production of the Shinge T1 exoskeleton devices, as well as a batch of Shinge Class C energy resources and Shinge intelligent energy firearms. I gave the command directly. Kyuki quickly assigned the tasks after hearing the order. In an instant, throughout the sealed industrial base, all the instruments began running at full speed. Icy blue lights flickered, and the futuristic robotic arms selected materials to place in the machines. The industrial machine tools rapidly cut and polished the materials. Fully intelligent, fully automated. I don't have to do anything by hand at all. As the steel kept getting consumed, very soon, a humanoid metal skeleton appeared in front of me. Then various materials underwent secondary processing. Electronic components, chips, circuits, and even artificial skin for disguise. It only took a little over 10 minutes. A lifelike robot that looked exactly like a real person appeared before me. A flash of blue light glimmered in the robot's eyes. Then it activated. The blue light in the robot's eyes faded. The whole industrial base started running quickly again. All kinds of machines emitted harsh noises. Half an hour later, thanks to the earlier material processing, the remaining 29 robots were also completed. Kyuki transmitted inertial intelligence to the chips inside the robots. then took indirect control over them. With Kyuki as the lead, they started mass producing the products I requested. Early the next morning, inside the sealed industrial base, I checked the work results of the inertial intelligence robots. Inside the cargo hold, a batch of novel-looking, sci-fi style firearms were stored in the crates. There were at least 1,000 in total. Besides that, inside several large containers, all sorts of strange gadgets were piled up. Zhao Chun were here. A total of 33 people. These are all the top experts we could find in the domestic shopping consultant industry. Sun Tianhai's voice sounded directly in the base. It was Kyuki who answered the call for me. Have the robots take you to the product testing area. Okay, Zhao Chun. The call ended. I pointed with my hand and said, Kyuki, ask the intelligent robots to transport 33 sets of the Galaxy infantry gear over there. Right outside the sealed base is the testing ground. The field was empty. There were only a few old industrial transport vehicles. As I arrived at the testing ground, everyone gathered around. Zhao Chun. I nodded slightly, with 30 inertial intelligent simulation robots following me. Under everyone's curious gaze, the robots placed the equipment sets on the ground. Zhao Chun, is this what you prepared for us? Sun Tianhai couldn't help but ask. Everyone else looked confused. These things just look way too sci-fi. Almost unbelievably so. They look like children's toys. I nodded slightly, picked up a smart energy firearm, then took out from a backpack a cylindrical object about the size of a child's fist that glowed with red patterns, and slotted it into the smart energy gun. I slightly aimed the muzzle at a vehicle. The moment I pulled the trigger, a dazzling red beam shot out with a bang. A scrapped industrial transport vehicle trembled. After the light faded, a huge hole had appeared in the car body. That beam had pierced all the way through the vehicle, allowing everyone to see completely through to the other side. What kind of high-tech is this? Sun Tianhai was dumbfounded and started questioning reality. If you don't understand, don't ask too much. These things can't be introduced yet. So I think you understand what I mean. I shot a glance at Sun Tianhai. I understand. Sun Tianhai nodded. Zhao Chun, don't worry about a thing. If anyone has any ideas about this stuff, I'll make sure they die. I shook my head and scanned everyone. No, not just one. All of you would have to die. Everyone instantly felt a chill in their hearts. And these things. I opened the storage bag and took out the folded Galaxy T1 exoskeleton suit. This is the exoskeleton suit you saw in the movies. With this on, you can easily lift objects weighing several tons. There's even a professional helmet. Even if you use it at full power the whole time, it'll last a whole week without running out. Whether you're going deep undersea or into space, this set guarantees you won't die. Sun Tianhai and everyone present were totally stunned. Zhao Chun, we're just divers. Sun Tianhai couldn't help but say. I glanced at Sun Tianhai. This time what you're diving for isn't the same stuff you used to dive for? Like those historical figures.
They
We're always separated from the real secrets by history. This time you're diving into something from 5,000 years ago, and it holds the real secret. As for these things, they're just to make sure you don't die in there. What? Sun Tianhai was shocked. Zhao Chun, you know the true location of the secret. How is that possible? All our families have sent generation after generation, and to this day we still haven't found a clue. How could you possibly know the exact location? You don't have to worry how I know. All you need to know is, these pieces of equipment will keep you safe anywhere on Earth. That's all that matters. That's enough. Wang Ming, put on the gear and give them a live demonstration. Wang Ming nodded, pressed the button. The exoskeleton quickly expanded, surrounding Wang Ming tightly. Blue light flickered in the transparent helmet. Lines of data appeared directly on the helmet's visor, appearing right in front of Wang Ming's eyes. Galaxy T1 exoskeleton activation complete. Wang Ming couldn't help but exclaim inside the helmet. Meanwhile, as the exoskeleton fully deployed, mechanical arms popped out all over his body. The mechanical arms covered his body, like a layer of armor, protecting him completely. Seeing Wang Ming suited up in the exoskeleton, I casually picked up a smart energy gun and aimed it at Wang Ming, sensing the energy fluctuations. Please dodge, dodge. Wang Ming looked totally confused. What do you mean? As he turned around, his face changed instantly. Because I had already fired. At that moment, not just Wang Ming. Even everyone else was shocked. They had just witnessed the power of this energy gun. If that shot hit Wang Ming, would Wang Ming survive? A flash of red light blasted through. Wang Ming was sent flying backwards for about 7 or 8 meters, then landed on the ground. The moment he hit the ground, behind him, the intelligent exoskeleton automatically extended 2 robotic arms. The mechanical hands quickly absorbed the impact and set him down safely. Wang Ming looked down at the spot on his chest hit by the energy blast, but found, other than the metal chest plate being a bit red hot, he hadn't been hurt at all. Everyone present was shocked once again. I tossed the energy gun to Zhao Kai and said to Sun Tianhai, this kind of exoskeleton may not be as advanced as external armor or Gundam, but it still keeps you safe, at least for now, unless someone hits you with a nuclear bomb. Otherwise, this steel armor can handle anything. Even a Barrett rifle couldn't leave a scratch on it. Oh my god, Sun Tianhai muttered. His complexion suddenly turned pale. They gave such powerful weapons and equipment to people like us. This means that this mission is likely to be extremely dangerous. I sat down, crossed my legs, and said, the place you will be heading to this time is Cappadocia abroad. It's basically the heart of Turkey. Cappadocia is the most moon-like place on Earth. Many people there live in caves. They dig out the rock layers to make houses. Some even dig deep inside. It can basically be considered completely deserted. Your target is in the most desolate area there. As for the exact location, I'll automatically send the information to your helmets. Once you get there, just put on your helmet and follow the route. Also, even though the rocks are soft there, making excavation easy. To save time and effort, I've prepared something nice for you. I looked at the robot as I spoke. One of the robots carried out from behind something resembling a shoulder-fired mortar. This is a sonic cannon. I got up, shouldered the sonic cannon, and aimed it at a rusty industrial transport vehicle not far away. With a pull of the trigger, the sonic cannon roared. Everyone frowned deeply. Even though they weren't facing the sonic cannon, they were still scared and anxious. Whoa! Wang Ming suddenly shouted in surprise. Everyone snapped their heads to look. In an instant, the oil-soaked, old industrial transport vehicle was destroyed right away. It was as if a layer of clothing was stripped off. All the oil stains and wasted parts shattered and fell off. On the transport vehicle, aside from the steel body, all the plastic wires, including the headlights and tires, were all wiped out in an instant. They turned into powder like sand. Unless it's steel, or material with sufficient hardness and mass. Otherwise, nothing can withstand sonic cannon attacks. I casually tossed the sonic cannon aside. Of course, this thing isn't for you to fight enemies with. It's for you to dig tunnels. When you're at the right spot, a few shots will break through directly. You can go straight to the chamber. Everyone present couldn't help but swallow nervously. That's my introduction. I clapped my hands. This time you're going abroad, and we'll take my private jet directly. I'll pave the way for you as an international investment. Now, familiarize yourselves with the equipment, and we'll depart in an hour. Soon, more than a dozen off-road vehicles left Tianhong Industries, heading together toward the airport. Then a private jet quietly took off, flying toward Turkey. If only someone could sell me a satellite launch center. Watching the departing plane, I muttered to myself, a launch center isn't just for satellites. It's for moon landings. Why is the mystery of immortality found in a terrain similar to the lunar surface in Cappadocia? Why do so many people in future generations doubt that myth legends are actually true? Some even suspect that aliens appeared in ancient times, because the true core of the immortality mystery isn't on Earth, but on the far side of the moon. It's almost certain that during a gap in human history, there were incredible beings on Earth. They refined immortality medicine and gained eternal life through it. Then they left Earth, and only after that did human history begin. Naturally, if immortality medicine only existed on the moon, would I have sent people to Cappadocia? Actually, while Cappadocia doesn't have immortality medicine, it does have creatures that have consumed immortality medicine. And that's where living Teisui was born. Over the ages, everyone who achieved immortality ended up with the living Teisui by accident. Living Teisui are jellyfish-like creatures, but they live underground or in tombs. These creatures possess extremely powerful devouring abilities. They consume unknown energy, and even the life force of living humans. They also have extreme regenerative abilities. Firearms and explosives are useless against them. Even if you cut them in half, they can use their regenerative abilities to instantly become two living Teisui. That's the mystery of immortality. Living Teisui is the shadow of immortality medicine, relying on its ability to regenerate endlessly. As long as you give it enough energy, you can keep using it and extract the genetic information it contains. Then combine it with Teisui flesh to make immortality medicine, or to create gene repair or gene strengthening drugs. And if you manage to get those, living Teisui that survive even in space on the far side of the moon, the true immortality medicine can finally be produced. Unfortunately, the country doesn't allow private moon rockets.
Boss Ma.
They've arrived. Right at that moment, Xiao Sha suddenly walked in and spoke to me. I nodded upon hearing that and turned to Kyuki saying, "Have the robot deliver some products to the testing facility." "Yes, master." Kyuki immediately executed the command. Xiao Sha had already accepted everything before her, all sorts of things beyond common sense. No longer curious, and didn't say anything more, quietly followed behind me as we headed out. We exited the closed industrial base, and happened to see Lao Mei and his group arriving by car. Lang Jie and Lao Ding waved from inside the car, striking a particularly flamboyant pose. The corner of my mouth twitched, and I walked straight toward the testing facility. Everyone quickly got out and followed. "Where are the good things you were talking about?" "Just these abandoned industrial transport vehicles?" Inside the testing facility, Lao Ma pointed at more than 10 old transport vehicles and asked with some doubt, "Don't worry, they'll be here soon." I chuckled lightly. Just as I finished speaking, the robots arrived at the facility carrying boxes of products. Someone unintentionally opened the sturdy plastic case and saw the equipment inside. Several business moguls present all frowned. Jean Maget was the first to speak. "We need to follow the laws and regulations. There are no permits for this kind of equipment, so it can't be handled casually." Everyone nodded in agreement. I smiled helplessly. "How about changing the name? From now on, it'll be called the Magic Wand." After hearing this, everyone couldn't help but laugh, just as they were about to make a joke. I picked up one of the energy devices, aimed it at a distant transport vehicle, and triggered it. A blinding red light shot out. The transport vehicle instantly had a big hole scorched into it, with obvious burn marks on the surface. Everyone was instantly speechless with shock. The words everyone was about to say were all swallowed back. Looks like this really is a magic wand. Several bosses eagerly stepped forward to try out the equipment. The abandoned transport vehicles were quickly destroyed by the energy. Everyone was amazed. After Lao Ding finished using the equipment, he laughed and said, "With this thing, our super battery project doesn't feel so urgent anymore." Everyone shared a knowing smile. Lao Ma looked at me and asked, "This should be some kind of laser tech product, right?" I nodded and casually detached the energy module. "It's a kind of energy weapon. The laser is just the output form. This is the energy core. Don't be fooled by its small size. If used in a car, it can support vehicle modification. With frequency adjustment, it could even power high-speed trains." Jean Maget curiously asked how the light energy works. I explained simply. The device has an intelligent system and a refraction structure, which converts energy into a focused light beam, improving penetration through repeated refraction. But the key is still this energy core. Dawei couldn't help but ask, "Is this the super battery you were talking about?" I shook my head. "Not at all. This is just a privately developed product. It's not for the market. The super battery and the energy core are totally different technologies." Laole looked astonished. "This thing's performance far exceeds ordinary batteries. How does it really work?" I joked half seriously. "It's a stabilized miniature heavy nucleus fusion reaction, just disguised with a shell. Do you guys believe it?" Everyone waved their hands, making it clear they didn't believe it. Lao Ding laughed and said, Fusion technology isn't something that easy to accomplish. If you really mastered it, you could just focus on the energy industry alone. I'd like to, but there are too many constraints. I responded casually, not talking about this. Let me show you something even more interesting. I continued unboxing with everyone. Brand new tech like Magic Sound Runner exoskeleton devices were revealed one by one. Lao Lei put on the exoskeleton device, experiencing incredible mobility, and was very excited. This equipment is so practical. Mobility is enhanced by so much. I interrupted everyone's trial. It's getting late. We've been at this for most of the day. Let's pack up. I'll give you a gift you've wanted for a long time. Everyone pressed me with curiosity. I took out a small plastic box from the bottom of a large box. Inside were nearly 30 pairs of smart glasses. After distributing them, I explained, there are 5 core functions right now. First, voice-based object inquiry. You immediately see relevant public information. Private content is automatically filtered. Second, voice recording. Supports real-time video recording. Third, real-time translation. All kinds of foreign languages can be instantly translated to Chinese. Fourth, the intelligent assistant system, capable of smart assistance in various situations. It's a kind of pseudo-artificial intelligence. Fifth, halfway through the introduction, everyone was already amazed and started trying them out. Xiaosha looked on in anticipation. Seeing this, I pulled out a few more and had him distribute them to Lao Niu, Lao Sun, and the others. Xiaosha was delighted in English. After everyone tried them, they immediately asked if the glasses would be for sale. I said bluntly that they're not available for sale yet, but you can each take an extra pair. Everyone was overjoyed and thanked me profusely. Even joked that these glasses will become the standard for business moguls in the future. Amid laughter, I had the robots pack up all the equipment and led everyone back to the Tianhong Industries office. It's December. The temperature dropped sharply. Once the office heating was turned on, everyone immediately felt comfortable. Let's get down to business. This is all the technical data for the super battery. Take a good look and discuss your respective investment amounts. I placed several stacks of documents on the table. Everyone instantly became serious and started flipping through the documents with intense focus. The more they looked, the more shocked their expressions became. Lao Lei, who has been in the battery field for many years, couldn't help but speak first. Are you sure this information is correct? This special sonic glass method directly pioneered a brand new way to make graphene. Seeing everyone's puzzled faces, Lao Lei patiently explained, the raw material for graphene is everywhere. But for years, the world has been stuck on the glass process. Traditional methods are either too costly and polluting, or have unstable quality. That's the main reason graphene hasn't become widespread. But with this sonic glass method, graphene can be produced smartly, efficiently, and without pollution. It's almost as if it turns stone into gold. Everyone gasped sharply. Lao Ma quickly asked if making batteries with graphene would involve any patent issues. Lao Lei looked through the data and replied, the super battery's core material is a modified graphene optimized specifically for energy storage. There's no patent conflict at all. Lao Mei interrupted the technical discussion. No need to get into the technical details. Lao Lei, how much is this technology worth overall? It's priceless, Lao Lei answered without hesitation. Besides graphene, many other cutting-edge materials have been designed. Just producing the raw materials would bring huge profits. As for the finished batteries, they could create a company worth over 1 trillion yuan. Everyone fell silent in thought. Calvei was the first to offer, I'll personally invest 10 billion. Jinliang Group will invest 40 billion. Old Lei followed closely behind, and I personally invested 10 billion. Inter Milan contributed 40 billion. Old Ding immediately agreed to follow suit. Brother Pony calmly invested 80 billion from Penguin Tech. I personally put in another 20 billion. Old Ma quickly finalized his investment share. Old Ding looked at the difference in investment amounts. He couldn't help but sigh softly as I smiled and finalized the plan. I contributed technology as my investment, valued at 200 billion, plus your combined startup capital of 350 billion. A total of 550 billion. We'll allocate shares accordingly. Everyone shook their heads in disagreement. Old Ma laughed, saying, this will be a trillion-level company in the future. Your technology is worth far more than that. We can't take such an unfair advantage. Brother Pony nodded. We value long-term cooperation more. We can't lose the big picture over small gains. I let everyone come up with their own valuations. Old Ma suggested 1 trillion. I insisted on setting it at 800 billion. My own stake is 56.25%. After some discussion, everyone agreed. The group quickly divided tasks. Brother Pony handled the related coordination. Old Ma covered the initial funding. Calway took the lead on media promotion. Old Ding and Old Lei were in charge of arranging the next rounds of funding. All cooperation matters were quickly settled. I drafted and printed the partnership agreement at once. Everyone signed in turn. Tonka Energy Co. Limited was officially established. Old Ma looked at the equity structure. He marveled as the agreement was signed. The richest person in the country might just change after today. Old Ding roughly calculated my net worth. Your previous ventures were already valued at over 100 billion. Now with Tianke Energy's shares added, my wealth directly surpassed 300 billion. To have come this far in just over a month, it's a business miracle. I smiled. Wealth at the trillion level is not easy to keep. Without proper strategic planning, it's hard to hold on to such an empire. Old Lei strongly agreed. Our previously discussed talent development plan now seems more crucial than ever. Tonka Energy focuses on fully automated intelligent manufacturing. It can't provide a large number of jobs. Only through talent programs can we give back to society. That's how we can lay a strong foundation for the company. Everyone agreed unanimously. We decided to fully implement the plan. I smiled and suggested giving the program a name. Brother Pony thought for a moment, how about Newborn? It symbolizes a fresh start for technology and social development. Everyone endorsed the idea. And so the Newborn project was set. I immediately invited everyone to dinner and asked them to attend the company's press conference the next day to publicly announce the founding of Tianke Energy together. Old Ding worried that the company hadn't landed yet. I laughed. That's exactly the point. Once the news is out, local governments will rush to offer incentive policies. Getting land for free won't be a problem. Everyone got up to head to the restaurant and took out their own prized collections of fine wine. Joking around, we've heard you served a special red wine to the Zhao family yesterday, and it made quite the scandal for them. We wouldn't dare try your private stash so casually. Everyone burst out laughing. Old Ma joked further about my feud with the Zhao family. I quickly waved my hand to deny it. Just then, the office door was gently knocked on. Zhao Shao, I quietly reported, boss. Miss Zhao Tingyun from the Zhao family is here. She doesn't seem emotionally stable. Everyone immediately looked amused and urged me to go handle it properly. I nodded helplessly and went downstairs with everyone. I drove ahead. Zhao Tingyun sat in the passenger seat, dressed smartly in leather, with her hair spiked up, her aura feeling cold and intense. I asked, why are you here again? Stubbornness filled Zhao Tingyun's eyes. You've achieved your goal, but my family's mission still isn't complete. I sighed. Immortality is just an illusory obsession. The Zhao family doesn't have the strength for this. Forcing it will only bring disaster. If word about immortality gets out, with the Zhao family's foundation, there's no way you could protect yourselves. Zhao Tingyun sneered. Aren't you chasing immortality too? You and I are on the same path. I shook my head. I'm nothing like the Zhao family. Once Tonka Energy goes public, I'll become the richest person in the country. I seek immortality, but aim for a gene technology that benefits everyone, not just for myself. Only by caring for all people can things stand firm and last. Zhao Tingyun stared at me, lost in thought, then bluntly said, the reason I came today is to show the Zhao family wants to cooperate. We're willing to support you. The gene tech materials you need, we can get them for you. We don't want sole access to the secret of immortality, just to witness the mystery and fulfill our ancestral mission. If we gain even a sliver of profit from it, for that, the Zhao family is willing to back you with everything. I was speechless for a moment and quietly turned away, feeling a bit awkward inside. My Black Gold VIP card, Tian Supercomputing Base, now renamed SuperGod Tech Group, company headquarters. In the back garden, a dozen barbecue grills were set up on the ground, 7 or 8 tables. just arranged by the security department. Right after basket of different skewers was brought out. They're all raw vegetable and fresh meat skewers, still tinged with blood. Old Ma looked utterly confused at all this. After a moment, he started cursing angrily.
He charged toward me.
Bro, where's your usual composure? I glanced at Old Ma and replied with righteous conviction. Old Ma immediately stopped in his tracks. He pointed at me and then at the grill, too upset to even get a word out. After a while, he cursed with a laugh. Fine. So you borrowed the card just to show off? When us guys come over, all you offer is a barbecue, and we have to cook it ourselves. How are you doing justice to the fine wines they brought? Those bottles are worth over 100,000 each. Isn't doing it yourself the best way to enjoy the feast? You guys are all bosses. You've tasted every delicacy by now. Eating something lighter is good for your health. I defended myself with a smile. Everyone started teasing and joking around, but it was all in good fun. Soon after, everyone started grilling on their own. The lively barbecue lasted over an hour. After everyone was full and satisfied, I asked Xiao Shai to arrange accommodations for Old Ma and the others. At the company's residential building, one of the towers in the hexagram building, the guest suites upstairs are more upscale than star-rated hotels. Of course, everyone was very pleased. After Xiao Shai settled everyone in, she quietly walked over to me. Boss, he's still drinking. She nodded toward Zhao Tingyun, who was drinking by himself. I glanced over at Zhao Tingyun, sighed, then said, Xiaowai, you can finish up for the night. I'll handle the rest. Once Xiao Xiaowai left, Zhao Tingyun saw me approach.
He said coldly, Is it my turn to warm your bed now?
Warm your bed? Please. I rolled my eyes. Let me get to the point. The key to the immortality mystery isn't in some ancient tomb. It's on the moon. Go back and tell that to your old man. If he really wants to side with me, he has to come himself. You alone can't represent the Zhao family. Zhao Tingyun froze in surprise, then sneered. If you're going to lie, at least make up something believable. Ancients reaching the moon? That's ridiculous. So ignorant. I scoffed. If there's already an immortality technique, why would going to the moon be such a stretch? Zhao Tingyun gritted his teeth. I can represent the Zhao family. Last night, I officially became the primary heir of our family. My eyes lit up. I instantly saw through the Zhao family's intentions. They're using him as a bargaining chip, betting on winning my trust and support. I nodded and said, All right, go back and withdraw all Zhao family overseas businesses. I need you guys to start up a private space company abroad. The bigger the better. Money is not a problem. I just want to see if you can get it done. A flash of excitement lit up Zhao Tingyun's eyes. He wasn't really drunk. He immediately pressed for details about the scale. After hearing my answer, he turned and left. Time flew by. Early the next morning, Zhao Shaoai drove back, carrying a set of custom-tailored suits. It was my first time wearing formal wear. With her help, I got dressed. Just as Old Ma and the others got up to exercise, Streamer looked pretty dashing. Old Lei joked with a grin. I rolled my eyes and ignored the boss. The media has already been notified. The press conference starts at 10 a.m. Here's your speech. Zhao Shai handed me a note card. I glanced down at it, couldn't help but laugh. All of a sudden success is actually the result of years of preparation. Who wrote this? Even I can't top that. Didn't notice. Zhao Shai looked black-faced, clenching her fist in frustration. 10:06 a.m. The hexagram building was bustling like never before. People from all walks of life in Hangzhou, domestic and foreign media all gathered. National TV and major foreign media were also broadcasting live. Thousands poured into the largest smart conference room. Liu Yishu, as the host, gave a brief introduction and then invited me on stage. With thunderous applause, I took the microphone and walked up to the podium. The massive LCD display behind me lit up with the words, "Technology changes life," then began playing my rise to prominence over the past 2 months. From Second World, Tianhong Industries, Chun Steel, to when Old Ma and I signed those agreements. The audience was instantly energized. They buzzed with conversation. Welcome, everyone. I smiled slightly, raised my hand in greeting. The screen switched to footage and data from the Magic World game. This is Magic World. A month and a half ago, it was still a game that could only host 1,000 players. Now it's become the world's most popular MO. Concurrent online players surpassed 10 million. Registered users reached 30 million. And hundreds of thousands of professional gamers have emerged, creating a unique virtual economy. I believe one day it will become a true second world. After briefly introducing Magic World, I went on to summarize Tianhong Industries, Chun Steel, and other companies. Then I officially announced that from this moment, SuperGod Technology Group is officially up and running. I will serve as chairman and CEO, Liu Yishu and Sun Tianhong as vice presidents. The group holds shares in Second World, Tianhong Industries, Liberty Security Services, Chun Steel, and 100% of Chen's Mining, owning a 56.25% stake in Tank Energy. Registered capital, 100 billion. Our consolidated assets are preliminarily valued at 310 billion. As soon as I finished speaking, the whole audience erupted. Reporters excitedly raised their hands and shouted. Everyone questioned the 310 billion valuation. We rose in just 2 months. How could our assets be so high? Just then, Old Ma, joined by Little Ma, Old Zhang, and Old Lei, Cao Wei, and others walked out from the back. They filed onto the podium. The whole place instantly went silent. Everyone just stared blankly at these heavy hitters, sensing that something big was about to happen. Old Ma took the microphone and grinned. If you think the valuation is off, you're actually not wrong. It's not overestimated. It's underestimated. Yesterday, the 6 of us signed an agreement. We pooled 350 billion together and contributed technology worth 450 billion. That makes an 800 billion component for Tank Energy. Old Lei stepped up to add, we can't disclose specific technologies, but we now control breakthrough clean energy tech and cutting-edge advanced materials manufacturing, like graphene. Tank Energy will revolutionize the global energy sector. Our current valuation is nowhere near enough. The audience was completely shocked. Discussion rippled through the room. Someone calculated my technology was worth 450 billion, plus the other assets, meaning my net worth is nearly 600 billion, enough to compete for the world's richest title. I stepped forward and motioned for silence, since no one doubts the valuation anymore. Let's continue with the press conference. Next, all SuperGod Technology subsidiaries will drive several new initiatives. Liberty Security will expand hiring and start offering services to the market. Chun's Mining will begin mineral prospecting in countries like Turkey. Initiate cooperation. Chun Steel will further cultivate the field of new metals, ensuring Tianhong Industries' supply of raw materials. The Second World will host the inaugural Tianzhou competition. The champion and top 32 will be invited to the Tianzhou celebration at sea. And Tianhong Industries will fully accelerate the implementation of virtual reality technology. Virtual reality technology. The audience below is once again shocked and stands up. I give a slight smile, wave my hand as a gesture. On the screen behind me, the visuals transform into miniature building clusters surrounding me. They can move and shatter with my gestures. This is not only virtual reality, but also virtual interaction technology. This is virtual imaging, a combination of virtual reality and virtual projection technology. The core is the utilization of light. As I introduce, these technologies are now fully mature. Tianhong Industries will accept global orders and manufacture 3 supporting products: virtual imaging light screen, smart light shadow chip, remote interactive sensor. Used together, perfect projection interaction can be achieved. A small hardware component suitable for phones. The package is priced at 2,333 yuan. All major phone manufacturers are welcome to order. Old Lei couldn't help but speak up. Are there any drawbacks? The only drawback is power consumption. I take out my phone. Ordinary phone battery enabling virtual projection can last for at most 1 hour. The audience below immediately frowned. Old Lei looked anxious as well. I smile and raise my hand. Virtual projection displays a brand new battery and related data. This is the first product from Tank Energy. The Tank S1 phone battery needs no charging. It can be used with virtual projection for 3 years. What we are selling is not the battery. It's the energy inside the battery. The battery itself is The gift, priced at 1,888 yuan. We also accept global pre-orders. Old Lei instantly felt relieved. He explained that 1,888 yuan is not expensive at all. Able to support virtual projection for 3 years. The value of the energy contained within far exceeds the battery itself. The audience below was amazed once again. Media reporters were frantically taking notes. Everyone is well aware. These advanced technologies will completely revolutionize multiple industries. After the press conference ended. Old Ding to me. After the press conference ended. Liu Yishu looked. Old Ding gave me a thumbs up and chuckled. Liu Yishu said to Brother Lang, "We'll head back first. Once preparations are made in various places, we'll discuss site selection after preparations are complete. Stay in touch when you're free." The others also said their goodbyes one after another. Before leaving, Old Lei specially reminded Tian Hong, the first batch of virtual projection hardware must be reserved for him. The first batch of hardware must be reserved for me. I nodded in agreement, watched everyone leave, standing alone in the completely transparent. Now, seeing the library bustling below, he can finally say with certainty that he can't let go of the future.